Hello guys, it's Joseph Brandcamp here, and this is Average Joe Dividend Stocks. So before we get into how I went from $3,700 to $10,000 in 5 months, I'm going to talk about my week because that's what I do on this channel. I talk about my stock account every week. Last week I didn't make a video, did a lot of fishing with the kids, and my family YouTube channel comes first right now, so we did a lot of fishing. I played a soccer game on Sunday and I was just completely exhausted, so I didn't shoot a video last week. But let's go over this week. Last week I ended up buying all in AT shares, 12 more shares, brought my cost basis down a little more, and yeah, about to get a lot of dividends from that. I think I'm going to build it up to 200 shares unless the stock goes up big. But then I bought Foot Locker this week. I was supposed to buy it last week, but it went up huge. So I ended up buying Foot Locker this week, one Foot Locker, and then the rest in AT. So the Foot Locker, I was going to buy it the week before, but it shot up to like $30, $31 a share. And it was way above my cost basis, so I didn't want to buy it. It was below my cost basis before that. Now it shot way back down to below my cost basis. It was at like $27. I bought one more share to give me 16 shares of it now. They haven't announced their dividend yet, so I'm not sure if they're still going to keep paying it, but two stocks that I have quit paying dividends are Carnival Cruise Line and Texas Roadhouse. So everybody knows I love Texas Roadhouse. I love what the CEO did, donating his whole salary for the year to his employees and stuff. It's a great business. It's growing. Really love Texas Roadhouse, but the shares on it shot up to 60. I wanted to get more, but I don't want to buy them at $60 a share. My cost basis is like right at 50, right at even 50, I think, maybe 48. But I bought some at 30s, in the 30s, and I bought some in the 40s, but it's been staying in the 50s and 60s, so I haven't bought no more of it. I really want to buy some more of it. But I just put $50 a week, every week in my account, and then I buy shares that I like. So let's talk about 3,700 to 10,000 in 5 months. All right, so on that, I got the stock market was crashed. It was at the height of the crash when I hit 37.70 something, which you'll see the screenshot. I'll show you that right here. All right, so you see the screenshot. I was at 37.7, like 37.70 something back in March. All right, so that was at the height of the crash. All my stocks went negative. I mean, the only one I think I was still up on at the time was Apple. I started buying Apple before the stock crashed, but it was before they dropped the new iPhones. So the stock went up real big after I bought it. Then the stock came back down. So I bought 3 more shares. I bought 3 shares at 237, then I bought 3 more at 300 and something. But when the crash happened, went back down, and I ended up buying 3 more during that time. I lucked out, sold L Brands. I was profitable on L Brands, I think a couple $100. I sold L Brands, and right before the crash, I just got lucky. It was up kind of big, and I was like, I don't really need the L Brand shares anymore. I sold it, and then right after that, everything went nuts. So I lucked out on that. That's where I got the other 3 Apple shares from. But as it went down, instead of selling all my stocks, I kept all my stocks. I just kept buying more of it. So I bought 3 more Apple. Then I ended up buying Foot Locker, NAT, Texas Roadhouse, Whirlpool, Qualcomm are all stocks that I bought during the crash. Well, most of them were during the recovery. So like I said, I put $50 a week in my account every week, no matter what, and I buy stocks with them. All right, so then we got the stimulus check. I took my stimulus check. I took $1,300 and I put it in my stock account. That's how I got Whirlpool, Qualcomm, and that's how I got my first $300 worth of NAT. And what else did I buy? I bought Foot Locker. So those were all the new shares. I've had Kraft Heinz forever. I was buying it before the crash. Kraft Heinz was beaten up. They lost their stock price, dropped way down in the 20s. I started buying it. They got a new CEO. Everything was looking kind of good, and it came back up in the 30s. I kept buying it, and then when the crash happened, I bought some more, and then they're actually making money because of the coronavirus, so their stocks went up a lot. So I got one free share out of dividends in that stock, and I'm about to get my second free share. It's at like 0.9 something. So the next dividend payment, I'll for sure have a second free share. So both of those free shares are gonna make me a free $1.60 every year, and I'm just hoping to keep building up my dividends. So then let's talk about Apple. Apple is the main reason why I've hit 10,000. It's went up so much. It beat earnings and went nuts. It was up $40 last Friday. The week before it was up $40 after hours. So now it's at like the 440s. It dropped off a little bit Friday, but it was up huge. That's the main reason. I was up over $1,600. Right now I'm up over $1,500. But they're gonna do a 4-to-1 split. So I've never had a stock that split before. I'm kind of new to the stock market, been in it a little over a year, but it's gonna do a 4-to-1 split. So this is how I'm taking it. My 9 shares are gonna turn into 36 shares. So I'm excited about that. I'm gonna have a lot more Apple shares. Then the price will be way cheaper, and I can start buying some more shares in it, because I didn't want to buy none at $440 a share when I already bought my cost basis at $275. I just didn't want to buy no more. But if it splits, then I'll buy some more. I'm not sure how the dividend is going to work. If the dividend payment stays the same, over $3 and something a year, I'm definitely going to buy some more, because now I have a lot more shares, and then I'm going to get free share a lot faster than what I was going to get it. So if everything plays out and the dividend payment stays the same for all those shares, I'm going to have to wait and see. I'll let you guys know though as soon as I find out. I'm definitely going to buy a lot more Apple, but that's the main reason. So like I said, Whirlpool, I got my stimulus check back. It was already recovering, but it was all the way down in the 70s. I bought it at 107. Before the crash, it was in the 140s. I've always watched Whirlpool. I love their dividend. It's a high dividend. So I bought it I bought it with the stimulus at 107. I wish I could have gotten it in the 70s, 80s, or 90s, but I bought it at 107, and then they beat earnings, and it's all the way up in the 170s. Then Qualcomm beat earnings. I was cost basis, I think, is around 90 on that, 89 or 90, and now it's like 110 or something like that. So Qualcomm, Whirlpool, Kraft Heinz, Apple, all have been great to me. Then I got NAT, I'm down on, but I have 3 free shares from the last dividend payments, and now I'm about to get a whole bunch more free shares. It's still below my cost basis, so I'm still buying it. I think I'm going to build it up to 200 unless it goes up big, like I said. Then Carnival Cruise, I started buying before the crash. I started buying it in the 40s. Then it got in the 30s, I bought a lot more. Then it got in the 20s, bought a lot more. And then it got all the way down to like $8 a share. I was buying some here and there at 8, 10, 11, 14. I bought some more there, and then I stopped buying it. They quit paying their dividend. I received one dividend payment from them. I loved their dividend. It was a $2 dividend. So I got that one payment, and then they stopped doing it, which of course they're not making no money, so it's a smart business move. But I quit buying them. If it goes below 10 again, I'll buy some more. Maybe even $12. I'd think about it at $12. But below 10, I'm definitely buying more. But other than that, I'm just sitting and waiting. It was up over $20 at one point. I was debating on selling it or keeping it. I kept it, and I thinking I should have sold it. I could have took my $1,000, bought some more Apple before it blew up, or other stocks like that, and received more dividend payments. But some stocks I'm watching are like Wynn Resorts. They're gonna be hurt for a while. I really like that stock once the world gets back to some normalcy. I believe it'll shoot right back up in the hundreds whenever it's back to making tons of money. Then I like Disney World, but I didn't get to buy none. Uh, I like Facebook. I really wanted to buy with the stimulus check, but by the time the stimulus check came, Facebook was already back over $200 a share. So I passed on Facebook. They don't pay a dividend. I went ahead and went with Whirlpool. So I was definitely wanting to buy Facebook when it was like $150 a share. So really love those stocks. But yeah, that's all. That's all I did to turn the 3,700. I did not sell any shares. I kept putting money in, kept buying more, put my stimulus in there, and almost all the stocks that I bought during that time are up. The only ones that are down are is NAT for real, because by the time the crash happened, I was buying Carnival Cruise Line, and it's a little higher than what I was buying some of those shares for. So really, NAT is the only one that's down big. But as soon as Carnival Cruise Line starts cruising again, I have faith that they're going to start making a lot of money again. And NAT is making a lot of money right now. Well, that's why I don't understand why the stock's down, but from when I started buying it. But their first quarter, they made more money than they did all of last year, just in one quarter. So they're supposed to report some big earnings this quarter. And yeah, hopefully another big dividend. I'm thinking on NAT, I'll probably for sure sell it at the beginning of next year, 2021. I'm going to collect a few more dividend payments, and then I'm going to sell it. I assume the stock will be up by then, but I'm not sure. We'll see how it performs this earnings. Last earnings, like I said, made more money in one quarter than they did all last year, and the stock went down. Not sure why, but I'm still excited about it. If anything, it might be a break-even stock, because I'm going to receive all these dividend payments, and I've been bringing my cost basis down. So like I said, I got 3 of those free shares, so you got to take 3 shares out of it, because for some reason on stock accounts they don't track dividend payments as profit. The money goes into your account, then it goes from your account to the stocks. So it's like you bought those shares when technically it was the free money they gave you. So, because I always reinvest my dividends, so it doesn't keep track of that, but I keep track of it. I still consider it profit, because it is. I got that money for free just for holding the stocks, and then yeah. But that's all I got. Oh yeah, and Trump today signed a executive order. It looks like, I don't know if it has to go to the Senate or what. I haven't really looked at nothing. I just seen it on Facebook. Today's Saturday. This video will be uploaded tomorrow morning on Sunday. But I seen that he signed it, and he's extending the unemployment if it passes, but it'll only be $400 now instead of $600. And then was the protection from eviction, extended that, and school loans, he extended that where you don't have to pay off your student loans for the rest of the year. And then the one that's I really like is anybody making under $100,000 a year, which is me, is not going to have to pay taxes the rest of the year, is what it looks like to me. But I think it still has to be passed by Senate. I'm not 100% on that. I'm going to look into that, watch some YouTube videos, check it out, see what everybody's saying. But I think it still has to be voted on. So hopefully it passes. It's not a stimulus check, but I mean, not paying taxes the rest of the year, they take a lot of money, a lot of taxes out of my check. So that would still be nice. But yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it yet. If I don't have to pay taxes, I might invest more into my other YouTube channel. Like I just bought a drone, super nice. I might invest more into that, or I'll just start putting $100 a week in my stock account instead of $50. But yeah, just constantly invest in the market, buy good companies, and everything will work out. I could have sold my shares for losses. That would have been a bad move. Same thing with my 401k. My 401k, I made a video on that a while back. A lot of people moved all their money to the stable fund. Unless you're about to retire, I feel like that's the wrong move, because you're just buying more shares at a discounted price is the way I look at it. I'm not retiring anytime soon, so I just made a ton of money because it was a V recovery. It dipped down way low, and I'm buying all these shares with my 401k, getting them a lot cheaper than what I was getting them for at normal, and then the market came right back up, and now it's at record highs again. So like, just keep investing steadily. Try to find good companies. I try to invest safely now. I made some mistakes at the beginning. I don't try to get rich quick. I just try to invest safely, good companies, and let my money grow. Mainly dividend companies. I do like some companies that don't pay dividends, but like Texas Roadhouse used to pay dividend, but I still really like them. I like Facebook. I mean, yeah. So y'all have a good day. I'll see y'all next week.